The win. Gee, what a big TV. Oh, my cane slipped. Oh, I bet that was expensive. Oh, well. Sick. Found shoes slice size. That's a soft bed. Hmm. Hmm. Got some after mission ideas here. Hey, we found a jacket that fits Sly. Oh man, look, another big TV. Hey, you can go to this can go to like that last guy. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Eh. Sly Cooper. Do do do. On the pooper. Do 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 do. Hey, the snake canceled the stealth attack. Oh dude. Oh look. One of the employees took out one of the TVs. See, yeah, definitely. Hey, we found a... I don't know, bow tie's kind of... meh. We found gloves. Sly size. Man. The water pressure here sucks. Oh, damn.
That's it. Now that you've got a complete tuxedo, the doorman will let you into the ballroom.
Come on, let me do it. Hey everyone. So, I am excited to say, today is the 5th weekly roundup. I really like these. I like doing these. Very fun. So as per usual, to explain the weekly roundup, this is the time of week where it's usually the day before that I take my breaks, which are Saturday and Sunday, and I either have things to talk about with YouTube, all of you, or we do the main meat of the weekly roundup where I review the streams of the past week, and yeah, we just go over them and we talk about them. Hey, Mimi, welcome to the stream. Glad you stopped by. Put you right there. I gotta give chat like a dedicated box or something. One of these days. Anyways, so so like I said, that's what we're gonna be doing. Since that my range of topics are kind of flippant and pretty short today, so we're just gonna go straight into the review. So to review Monday's game, it was Space Hulk Deathwing, which, due to popular demand, has become a part of the weekly schedule. Hey, what was that noise? Let me get into the actual game itself. Here we are. Okay. Turn this up a little more. Turn that down so I'm not talking over myself. Alright, so. Error fixing. That's what you're watching a streamer to do. So anyway, this game is really fun. Honestly. I'm still kind of dipping like my toes into the Warhammer lore, but it's just there's just so much of it that I think that what I'm gonna do is not like just sit down and try and read like the entirety of it, because it's like, man, I think I read somewhere that's like 10 years worth of stuff, and I don't want to read all that. So I'm just gonna take it as I'm gonna take it as it comes, you know. Punch. You think you're gonna jump scare me? Look at us. Hell yeah, we're big mechanical bad asses. We're not afraid of anything. So the funny thing about this game is that it really does remind me of... I know that I probably said it already, But I really like games that have like a stronger atmosphere than it does for having like some kind of blaring music on the background while you're doing things or anything like that. Like I really enjoy that. Again, Shadow Tower, Shadow Tower Abyss. There's probably a few other games in my brain, but I can't think about it right now. Alien Isolation. I'm thinking Alien Isolation. Hey, Green, welcome to the stream. Glad you could stop by. So, and I think this game really does that. It really puts you in the scene, sort of way. Now, normally you can do this with every game. You know, you could just go on to the option and just turn the music off. I used to do that a lot. I did that with I've done that with Skyrim. When I did play, I had like a couple playthroughs where it was just like no music. And it really does. It really puts you in. Well, it puts me into the whole immersive zone, and I enjoy that way more. It has nothing to do with like the music being bad or anything like that. No, actually, I happen to think some video game music or music made for video games are actually quite good. The thing is that when you're playing it and you always have to hear the same tune over and over and over again, it's grating to me, and it's very annoying. Actually, I kind of feel the same way about like chatty characters. Chatty characters just annoy the hell out of me, especially ones that have to like they have to have one-liners every 5 minutes. It's very annoying. To go off with the idea, with to go off with we're watching some Warhammer thing. I've been playing Space Marine 2 a lot, and I play a lot of the same operations. And just to have to listen to the team talk to each other and like their banter, it's fun at first, but like after like the 10th run on Decapitation or Inferno, I don't want to hear it. There should be an off button for that. Actually, if I may be so bold, I want Saber to include an option that lets us turn off TAA, DLSS, TAA, all that. Let us turn it off. But this game in particular, no, it's quite fun. I think the next time I play this, I'm going to turn the graphics down just a little bit, because I did notice that it stuttered a bit. I'm watching it now with you, and I see stuttering. So it won't be potato, but I'm just gonna do like one level down just to see how it works this Monday. Let me see. Where can we talk about? Yeah, this was hard. This game's kind of hard. Not egregiously hard, but if you're not quick and you're not moving, you die. I kind of appreciate that actually, because I know I've mentioned a number of times that this isn't exactly what I expected it to be more of a campaign-based shooter. You know, you go to objective A, you complete that, you go to objective B. This is a horde shooter, like Left 4 Dead or Killing Floor. Hey, I want to see the flamethrower. The flamethrower was kind of my highlight of the entire run. It is so good. Where is that thing? Yeah, that's awesome. The heavy flamer in this game is awesome. Which is so funny that in Space Marine 2, it's just not as cool. I don't know. It's like they kind of went down on the effects. But in this game, it's awesome. And it has a quite the range too. And coverage. Like a lot of the areas so far, I haven't beaten the game yet. So far have been like really thin hallways. And so like one burst of the flamer, you cover the entire space. And does a lot of damage. It was doing more damage than the Storm Bolter does. So I think I might be playing with that more. It's just too bad you can't upgrade the weapons. They're kind of as is. Which is kind of worrying me that like in the future of the game, the enemies are just gonna get tougher, and I'm still dealing with like the same equipment. That kind of worries me a little bit. But hey, I might be wrong. You never know. Yeah, look at that. Insane range. Insane coverage. I just wish I can give all three of them flamers. That would be cool to see. I should probably look into that. Yeah, I died. Like if I can give all three of the Terminators heavy flamers, I think that I could just steamroll the game if you ask me. Maybe that's why they don't let you do it. Which is a shame. It's a shame they'll let you do that. Yeah, you unlock the lightning claws, but I kind of don't care. They are cool, but don't get me wrong. I'm completely smitten with the heavy flamer. Heavy flamer is awesome. This whole thing, I'm not too into it. I think I'm just gonna go through the entire top line. It seems more worth it to me because it has like these perks, so to say, that have like benefits for your team members, and if your team members are strong, you're strong. You know? Yeah, being lone wolf is all cool and stuff in movies, but you know, when you're moving as a unit, the whole unit has to be strong. At least that's what I think. Man, I was hoping to find like a part where I have the flamer and I am just burning down the entire hallway. I am trying to look for a spot. Maybe here. No, the funny thing is that you could just command your guys to hack the door for you. It just didn't occur to me at the time. Now we saw that already. It's still awesome though. Yeah, this game has a very interesting thing where you can only look up like a certain amount. Usually, first-person shooters, you can look directly up. But for some reason, these guys, which I guess if you look at them, it kind of makes sense. But you can't look directly up. You have to look at it like at an angle. And I also kind of appreciate that too. I guess it has something to do with their armor. Like their armor restricts them from being able to just look up and climb ladders. But yeah, we're definitely continuing playing this game, so you're definitely gonna see it on Monday. I have to make a whole new schedule because since I ended Duck Detective, which we will talk about next, uh, yeah, I had to switch the pictures so that everyone would be able to know what I'm playing. Speaking of Duck Detective, hang on. Is this the video? Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, my model looks kind of weird now. I'm just floating in the air. Oh well. Anyway, so of course, everyone who's probably watched me knows that I love point and clicks, and I really like the idea that you get to like solve crimes and stuff like that. That's why I really dig this game. These games are fun. I still do have like certain I still do have like certain like I don't know complaints. Like I feel like the endings should have been more dramatically different. Just a personal opinion. I think it should have been more dramatically different. Like, due to like the combo of who you decided to arrest, you should have gotten like wildly different endings. But the endings are the same. It's just like the characters are just repositioned and such. Which, you know what? Hang on. I should go look because I wanted to point something out. Was it this one? No. Because I did multiple times just to see what would happen. But there's a moment where it's like, if you do the one where you don't arrest Sophie, you can actually see her in the background. Here it is. Look. The developers knew. Look at that. He knows she got away with it. It kind of goes into like my idea when I ended the stream too. Is like, how did you not like figure? Look, if that doesn't tell you guilty, I don't know what does. These two bug me. You really should have been able to arrest them too. Everyone should get arrested. Well, except for Freddy and Laura. They technically didn't do anything that we know of. Hell, for what we know, the whole office could have been crooked. But just with the facts presented by the evidence in our findings, it's most of them. Actually, I'm kind of wondering who that is. But enough about that. You're probably sick of me talking about that. I think I had a similar issue with the other Duck Detective game too, is that I felt like there wasn't much difference in the variations of like the endings or something like that, or like you couldn't like arrest other people that had other crimes going on. I should find that video. Hold up. I should find when I played The Ghost of Glamping. I'm gonna find it. Because I do have it on here. Here we are. Bam. This was a while ago. 10 months ago. That's what this says. Yeah, this is when I did Twitch. I did Twitch, and what I did was that I saved. I record all my sessions, all my gaming sessions, so I can make shorts out of them, or upload them if something happens to like the stream. You know, VODs. It's a normal streamer thing. He has all this bread under his pillow. Yeah, this was really fun to do. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the funny part is that the Dark Detective ends up like really down on his luck, even more so, and he has to live with Freddy. We should move into here we go. So yeah, he's like Freddy's roommate. There he is. The place is a mess. This just, was it a mess before the detective became his roommate, or was it always messy? Look, sausages. This is a double chin. I totally think everyone should take a look at these whenever you can. Yeah, just search down in the video on my channel. Look up my playthrough of the Duck Detective: The Ghost of Glamping. Real fun game. It's one of those instances where they went just a bit bigger, but not too big. So you end up having like this more of an area to, investigate, talk to people, solve the crime of, what was it, like missing chairs originally? Oh yeah, it was. Look, camping chairs and a table. It was also during a time when I had like custom thumbnails. Like I was trying to be like, I don't know. I wanted unique thumbnails, but I just felt like there just wasn't, getting the attention I thought it would. I kind of miss doing it. Oh well. But yeah, this game was fun. Both games are fun. This one, you all saw me watch. No, you all saw me play both Inspector Waffles games. And I plan to play some more crime-based point and clicks next Tuesday. I will be playing Moses and Plato: The Last Train to Clawville. You saw me play the demo, and I'm gonna play the full game. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's way more complicated and serious than these games are. Well, maybe not Inspector Waffles. I think Inspector Waffles just doesn't look serious, but it has serious topics in it. But definitely more so than this game. Anyway. I'm just watching the video. I think that's such a funny thing. Seriously, I stand by. The whoever voiced the detective himself seriously needs a raise. Seriously. He is so dramatic, it's great. Oh, that's the secret salami. Yeah, let's just move on. Which one is this one? Oh, okay, yeah. Sly 3. I honestly didn't think this was going to take as long as it did. It might have been because there was just more chatter or something like that. Because it didn't feel like it had any more or less missions than the second game did, but I feel like the dialogue and the cutscenes were definitely longer and there were more of them, so it probably stretched out, like bloated the stream time, which is fine. It is I didn't expect it. Yeah, let's just get into the nitty gritty about. Here we go. Being the opposite of the Duck Detective and the idea that it was a Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, was able to create more of the same, but not be overbearing. And I feel like Sly 3, and generally, is the opposite of that. Not exactly right now, like on this episode, but once you get later down in the game, you'll definitely see what I'm talking about. Like the Cooper gang ends up with like 6 people, 5? No, 6, yeah. And I just feel like it's too many things. Like you could have just given the same 3 characters different abilities. Actually, you don't even have to, because one character does like the RC helicopter drone thing, and Bentley has been doing that for the past 2 games. I don't understand why they had to create a whole new character for something one of the previous ones were already doing. Hey, Spade, welcome to the stream. Glad you could stop by. Oh, dude, it's Dimitri. Dimitri's my favorite. Like, right next to Murray, it's Dimitri. He's so funny. I also feel like, though, in this game, they kind of nerfed, like, the way he talks. Because in Sly 2, you could barely understand him, which I thought added on to what I found humorous about him. But it's still there. He's so funny. But his gameplay segment, I'm probably gonna break it, like be a bit spoilery here. But I mean, this game was back on the PS2, so whatever. Dimitri's missions are kind of lame in the fact that they're like these first-person shooter underwater things. I'm like, that's what you gave Dimitri? Especially since like at the end of like the second game, he's not even a scuba instructor, which he is supposed to be in this game. That's why he has the underwater missions. And I also feel like back in Sly 1, you could have just put Sly himself back into like the submarine gunner thing, and you would have done the same thing. That's all I'm saying. Or, have Murray do it. He's a hippo in the first place. I mean, hippo swim. So, yeah. It was just, I don't know, just a lot of weird decisions. And this week's episode we're gonna meet Murray's guru, and he has the wackiest missions, which I feel are just completely unnecessary, mechanical wise and all. Yeah. I need more Dimitri in this game. Alright, moving on. We're just gonna skip the Carmelita chase. Where are we at? Okay. Yeah, the 3D thing. So, I'm not even sure how I could have done that for everyone. I'm not even sure if I could. Actually, the first time I played this, I didn't do that either. You know, it just, I don't know, kind of a weird thing to put on there. I wonder what it would have looked like, though. Let me see. I'm trying to avoid stuff that I covered in the short that came from this stream, so I'm not just talking about the same thing. Let me see. Yeah, oil, Ferris wheel. Oh yeah, Bentley's dark side. There needed to be a whole arc for that. I'm surprised that there wasn't an idea for that. I feel like it would have been like a really interesting arc to have in a game, where is that you have like, I don't know, like I said, evil Bentley. Yeah, that dude's dead. Unless you're gonna say like the carriers on the Ferris wheel were made of like cotton candy or something like that. Nah, that pigeon dead. Pigeon's cooked. Cooked like Thanksgiving dinner. Oh yeah, the Carmelita mission. This is actually my favorite mission in the game. And it's so early, too. I don't remember if there were multiple of these, but this one is really fun. I have like the same... I had the same sentiment, too, when you get to play as her in like Sly 4, and you get to play as one of Sly's ancestors, Tennessee Kid. Which you'll see once I get there. We're going to do the games one at a time. I don't know, there's a very, like, Ratchet and Clank flavor here. I feel like they could have, I don't know, went further with this. Yeah, I'm trying to think about it. I think this is the only instance. Happy to be wrong, though. These segments are fun. The thing I was complaining about earlier, too, about having too much being a bad thing, is definitely... It's here. I feel it's here, but it is definitely a thing in Sly 4. Once I get to that playthrough, everyone will get to see. And it gets weird. Like, Sly 4 gets kind of weird. I feel like there might have been like a different writing team that were responsible for Sly 4. I don't know the whole history or anything like that. But playing Sly 4 was weird. It's weird. The dance segments are weird. Some of the levels just feel straight up unpolished, too long. Every time you look up Sly 4 on the net and you're like, oh, why do people dislike this? They always have the same issues where they have like problems with the story, and I feel there's more to talk about than weird things with the story. Like, again, spoiler alert, one of the allies you make in this game becomes a villain in 4 again. And it just comes out of nowhere. Not only does it come out of nowhere, but it's like note for note the same thing as how you encounter them in this game. So it's like they didn't even try. They just had a different theme for it. It's weird. Also, I don't know, it's weird. I think they just made a lot of weird decisions. I wouldn't be surprised if they did attempt to make a new game that just didn't that you just straight up said that 4 is non-canon. I would not be surprised. I don't think they would though. Cuz I was watching this interview with like the voice actor of Sly. You can find it on the internet. And he's got some pretty good ideas about what Sly 4 could be like. Because he has an idea where he wants to have like this time looping kind of thing where since Sly is like stuck in Egypt, for him to get back to like his main time, he has to like do basically what he does in 4, but he has to rewrite the Thievius Raccoonus, and that's why it exists. And I thought that was kind of a neat idea. Yeah, that might be the way they do it, but I also saw another thing where the current that like they had like a current person, a current spokesperson for the developers of this game, of the first 3 games and 4. Never mind, I'm going all over the place. And someone asked him, is there a potential for another Sly game? He's like, no. Short answer is no. Long answer is that since Sly 4, a lot of the team have been moved around and separated to like other parts of Sony and like the development team themselves. So it's not even the same people. So it wouldn't even be like a Sly game. I think that's kind of weak. I still think they could, honestly, but I get what he's saying. It is. I kind of face it with like a bit of like, I don't know, skepticism. Like, I don't. That sounds like an excuse. I get what he's saying though. You can't have a Picasso painting without Picasso, is what I would say. But at the same time, it being like a video game company and Sly Cooper, the games having like a bit of like a, I guess like a cult following. Is that what you would call it? I think it could be done. Actually, with a new team, there'll be new ideas, and what if they're good ideas? I think it's worth a shot. Maybe they can like spice up the formula. Because I think that's what Sly Cooper needed. I think it needed new elements, not just more of the same. The games are playable, don't get me wrong. They're not terrible games. Like 3 and 4 are not terrible games, but they are definitely, in my opinion, the weakest of the bunch. I have played these games before, and I have a bit of a story about these paintings. I thought, right? I didn't think there were the actual numbers. What I thought it was that you had to, like, you see how there's buildings, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I thought that was part of the code. You get what I mean? Like there would be too many windows, like one, two, three, four, five. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's too many windows, so you couldn't use that because the dial only goes up to 9. Well, there's one big ass tree, so 1, 6. You get what I mean? That's how I tried to do it the first time, and then I found the numbers and I felt stupid. Occam's razor. Sometimes the simplest one is the answer. And that's basically my experience with the painting puzzles in Sly 3. I just overcomplicated it. Hang on, you know what? I gotta find that guy talking about his mom's spaghetti. Where is he? Oh, there he is. I also heard another story from this development team that says that Sly's terrible Italian accent is actually because it was an outcome of them wanting to get the voice actor to do an Italian accent, and they thought it was so terrible that they made it like a they made it canon. This guy's whacked. No one likes pasta sauce that much, man. No one. Maybe I should turn this up.
No, 4 plates of food.
I guess that you really like the cooking.
Mamma mia, I want to be buried in your sauce. It's heaven.
Whatever, man.
Any problems with that guy?
Said he wanted to be buried in his mom's pasta sauce.
Yeah. That's strange.
The dialogue in this game is great. The dialogue in this game is great. I don't know. I'm not much of a spaghetti
Get it out
guy.
of my head. Have you ever had pasta sauce that tasty? I don't want to distract you or anything, but I just don't think I've ever had cooking that good. Are we like missing out on a whole universe of flavors here?
My line does not sound right. No, it does not. It sounds very weird. It's fun.
You know, maybe there's a good Italian restaurant around here.
Oh, jeez.
Enough with the sauce. Keep your focus. We're on a job here. Thugs everywhere. Death around every corner.
You're right. We got one more coffee house to hit, then we're done.
Yes, now you're talking sense.
And then we eat.
Like I said before, I'm not much of a pasta person, so I don't get the hype. Honestly. And pasta sauce is just too damn sweet to me. I know I'm probably like I probably just unleashed a shockwave, and every Italian in the world is like clutching their chests. Clutching their chest in pain. It's like, Mamma mia, someone that down taught the spaghetti. Like, I'm sorry, I don't get it. It's pasta. That's like when you go out for pasta, you know? You go out to a restaurant for pasta, and I'm like, why are you going out for that? You could have just gone to the store, grabbed like a $3 box, and cooked it yourself. You had to go to a restaurant? Learn to cook a little. I don't get that. That's weird. Let me see, what else can I talk about from here? Yeah, I guess I can talk about this. This is strictly a carryover from trying to get some of the treasures from Sly 2. It's literally the same mechanics. Some of the treasures in Sly 2, which I didn't do on stream because I didn't want to, like, have, you know, make it that much longer. And I feel like there was no point to it. Some of the treasures that once you get them, they're timed. And if you don't get to the safe house before that time is up, the treasure is destroyed and you would have to try it again. It's not necessarily a negative because they're just reusing some stuff. But I wouldn't really bring it up if it was just that one thing. It's multiple things, and that's what bugs me. The Murray. Having Murray back is fun. There are certain characters then places and like different fictions that I kind of dub the Samwise of that series, and I feel Murray is that person. Like, it's kind of split between Murray and Bentley because they believe so much in the friendship that nothing can really tear them from it unless from this, because the only reason Murray left was because he thought it was, you know, his fault he couldn't save Bentley's legs. And I think that's kind of a neat fact. That's a neat little thing. Talking about the carried over mechanics, the whole opera duet, whatever this was, is the dance minigame from 2. Of course, rehashed into this, which is still, which, like I said, it's fine. It's just that me not being able to just not call it out for what it is, I can't. That's literally what it is. It's the, like when Sly and Carmelita were like doing the dance to distract, you know, everyone, so Bentley, no, not Bentley, I'm sorry, Murray can steal Clockwork's wings. That's what this is. I won't put you through that. I do like this though. This was fun. I think this is like the only instance of something like this. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the only one. Also, I would also like to say that constantly changing Carmelita's voice for every title should be more well known that they were doing it on purpose. Like, you can look it up on the net. One of the guys were saying like, oh yeah, it was funny. They did it the first 2 times and they're like, what if we kept doing it? It's a meme. It was like an in-office meme. At first, I read that the first voice actress, they felt didn't give the Carmelita the kind of vibe they were going for, so they got the second person. But then they were like, well, it's still not enough, and then they changed it, and like, what if we kept doing it? So if you look it up, she had, like, every instance of Carmelita has a different voice actress. Every one. I think it's kind of messed up. Did I say hi to everyone? I'm pretty sure I did. Well, anyways, that's basically the end of that episode. So we'll just move on to what is this? Ah, Digimon. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to practice switching my costumes when I'm talking about different games. Here we go. I'm sorry about the outline. I was trying something new and it did not work. So it looks, I look kind of out of place right about now. I'm not fixing it. This is the way it's gonna look. Digimon is a really weird instance for me. Because I know I mentioned it in this stream, but I'll just talk about it again. My experience with Digimon is a bit, I guess, sparse to someone who's probably been watching it still. Because my experience was that, like, I saw seasons 1 to 3. You know? I saw, like I said, Agumon, Vmon, Gilmon. I saw all that. I saw the Digimon movie. The first one. I read there were multiple now. So I have to be specific. It's the first one. Digimon the movie. Which I actually have. And during that time, I played the Digimon World games, and of course, I did talk about my rage and trauma over the damn Digivice Gigapet things. Whoever thought that was a good idea should be slapped. They should have to play it, so they know the pain the rest of us went through. Anyway, I just noticed my whiskers disappear when I'm talking. Crap. I gotta fix this thing. Anyway. Nah, screw it, it's staying like this. I don't care. So yeah, anyways, I played the Digimon World games 1 to 3. 3 being the best one, of course. Although I will say that its sense of direction is abysmal, and I'm not being mean about that. It's a fact. Everyone you'll see on the net, and you look up for like reviews with Digimon World 3, it's like there is no sense of direction. You just go in a direction and you hope that's the right direction. Yeah. Everyone who's played it knows. All right, that's all I'm saying. If you know, you know. And then it was like many years later. During that time, there was more seasons of Digimon, tons more that were included into the roster. There were games, a couple of movies. But then I got in touch back out of when I discovered Hacker's Memory, and I played that on the PS4, like some years after its release. Like it wasn't a new game when I got a hold of it. And then I found it, and I'm like, Digimon? Really? That's like Zoids. You know, like, someone remembers this? So I played the game. I enjoyed it. And I brought up Hacker's Memory a lot during this stream, which I probably won't talk about it anymore, like next time I play it. It must be the same writers, though. It has to be. It has to be the same writers, because there's the same footnotes that I'm seeing in the plot. It's the same thing. It could be a side quest, or taking place around the same time, and I'm not sure if they actually meant it to be that way, or it was incidental, but I feel like they did it on purpose. Like, you could have done something completely different. Anyway, what I do like though is that in Hacker's Memory, you were not able to get into the digital world, and I feel like as a Digi fan, that's like half of like the thing, right? It's almost isekai, right? You go to like this different world and it's magical. It's full of like, you know, friend-shaped things that are, and most of them are not friendly at all. And there was no digital world in Hacker's Memory, and I thought that sucked. There is one in this game. I played the demo. I played a demo on stream, and oh yeah, I never got to that point. I keep forgetting that I never played that part of the demo. Okay, well, take it from me. Although this game is like 6 months old now, so yeah, you could visit the digital world, and that's awesome. Let me move beyond the sewer. Although most of the action took place like from here to like here. The rest of it was just cutscenes, and I didn't enjoy that at all. But maybe it's like one of those slow burn things. Maybe it's like, you know, it gets better. The hoodie's staying on, by the way. I'm never removing it. About the books, I did mess around with it after I ended the stream, and I spent, no kidding, like an hour and some trying to figure out how can I fix like the background textures and stuff. I got them fixed. So the next time I play this, it's going to look a little better. You'll be able to read the signs and stuff. Because I realized, like, yeah, see this? This was blurry as hell. And I'm pretty sure I made a comment about it. But I fixed this. So the next stream for Digimon Time Stranger, it's going to look better. That person needs to come around more often. Let me see. Yeah, I had a technical mess up here. I kind of feel bad about that. I turned the mic off so I can mitigate how much weird noises end up on the streams. Like sometimes I make a weird noise, sometimes the Hellions above me are just rambunctious like how they were then. And I turned off the mic and I just forgot to turn it back on. Yeah, and the music. The music was so funny. It's because that's the music choice I had when I was farming in the demo, and I just did not consider that it would keep it in the full game. So that's why I was like, what's with this music? This is so unfitting. It's my fault. See, there it is. Setting everything back to default. This area kind of sucks. It looks nice, but it kind of sucks. You could have had this as like a panel or something like that. It doesn't do anything else. I do want to mess around with the Digimon farm thing. I wonder how that's gonna help my Digimon team. Lol. Yeah. I laughed about it afterwards. During the time, I'm like the kind that's like, oh, this is terrible. Oh, I feel bad about it. But afterwards, I'm like, that was stupid. That was really dumb. Dumb Fox moment. I do like investigating the area though. I'm not sure if they did it on purpose, but it sort of gave me, because I like point and clicks and investigating stuff in the games, because I don't do that for real. And the covered mirror and the way this apartment is, and all the books and all the boxes, it really gives me like a sort of look into how the characters are. And I might be just, again, that thing where I'm overcomplicated it. The developers were probably just given like, hey, make this place look like it was lived in a long time, and they did this. That could have been the entire thing, but I like my version better. My sort of like deduction is that very work heavy, very messy, unorganized, down on the luck, superstitious, and holding on to traditional ideals of the present culture. That's the way I see it. And anime fans, because I've seen like the anime posters around, and it's also in the dad's office. So that's his fault. Actually, I would think she has very little input. I bet, because she said that you're not allowed to go into her room. Makes sense. But I bet in the story you will be able to get there, and I bet it's pristine. I bet it's the cleanest place. You know, so like opposite kind of thing. You know what I mean? And he's completely wrong about this clock. This is not the clock that has like the bird in it. This is just a regular pendulum clock. It doesn't have a cuckoo. Yeah, I ended there. I ended there for two reasons. One, it was just long enough. You know, I was done. Second thing is that I saw like my signal plummet, and I'm like, nope, gotta give it the axe. I am also reconsidering like changing my send-offs to be a bit more precise and time efficient. So I might stop using parts of it. Just make it a little shorter, more precise, and then just cut it off. Because I know it's just me, but it seems to me is that every time I try to get like the community going for a particular something, I have like a super small one, you know, so it just doesn't happen. So I think I'm gonna stop asking for everyone to like suggest a short or something like that, and I'll just make my own. I'll just continue making my own. The compilations will still happen though, so there's that. Let me see, what else can I talk about? Speaking of shorts, hang on. Speaking of shorts, we can go review those. We'll go a little back. We'll go to the Digivice one. Those are terrible. My poor Agumon. He kept dying, or he turned into the poo monster. Every time. And it made you feel like crap. Because the thing was relentless. It would die when you're like doing normal things.
so
Like
many of them
you're
running around.
using the bathroom. Seriously. And you just didn't have it on. You know, it would die. You go to school, right? And you come back so you can play with like your little friend, you know, and he's dead. Your friend died. Your friend died. It's true though. It's absolutely true. Anyone that tells you otherwise don't know the actual struggle of it. They don't know. And leave them that way. Leave it in the past. It's one of those war crime things that we just have to leave behind in the past. Let it die there. Those things really were terrible, though. I don't regret playing them, because now I get to talk about it, you know, and it's like a whole memory and stuff like that. But like, geez, that's a lot to give to a kid, man. I wonder what was the idea behind it? Oh yeah, I should probably go back to my usual outfit. Hang on. Here we go. I gotta touch up this. I had to touch up this one too. Although honestly, I think it's my best looking one. Anyways, that's a different discussion. So anyways, let's see. We talk about that. We'll talk about this. Flamethrower. Oh my god, that's so cool. Look at this. I told you. Flamer's awesome. I just wish it was like this in Space Marine 2. It's not. It's not like this at all. Saber, man, work on it. Look at these effects. Flamethrower. Oh my god, that's so Look at that. Look at this. This game is way the hell older than Space Marine is. That's what I want from patch 13. Any Warhammer Space Marine 2 fans that are gonna come onto this, I'm gonna tell you all. That's what I really want from patch 13. Update the flamer effects. Let me see. Oh yeah, this. I'll just kill the voice because you probably heard that already. I still have this sentiment. Nothing changed. And there's like no argument for the other end. Like, I have ideas why it's like this, but I don't want to say it here. But I have a pretty damn good idea why it is. Let's just say that they probably felt more bad for Sophie and her tears rather than did Boris and his heart. There you go. That's how I feel. I feel like the cold hammer of justice. Everyone gets smite. Everyone gets smited. So we'll just skip that. I'll go on a rant. I don't want to talk about that no more. I think I played this already, actually. I could probably skip it. Oh yeah, this. Chat. Something's missing. They don't drink coffee here. No coffee. Heresy. Sacrilege. How could you not have coffee? How? What is this? No wonder he's so disorganized. He can't think straight. He needs coffee. That's how he unlocks all the skill. Just give him a freaking cuppa, you know what I mean? Cuppa Joe. Yeah, that's all I got. So anyway, yeah, I kind of stretched it enough. Good. I'm getting better at this, I feel. And again, I really enjoyed this part of the week. Because I'm not really playing anything. I'm just, here with the chat. Talking about stuff. I need to go back writing, topics for discussion. But anyways, the whole point of these, anyways, was just to do like the review. Everything else is kind of just extra. So anyway, so it's about time I wrapped it up, and I'm gonna give you my new send off. So here we go. Hey, I'm Red, the Gray Fox. I stream here on YouTube Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time until November. And then it becomes Eastern Standard Time. Because I can't use ET anymore. Apparently it's too general. So I have to be a bit more specific. So anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. These are fun for me. And strike the notification bell so you'll be notified when I start a new stream, upload a new video, or a short. I'd like to thank everyone for coming by, listening to me just ramble on about things I already did, and maybe a bit more. And I will see everyone on Monday when we return to Space Hawk Deathwing. Hopefully it'll run a little better. Like I said, I'm gonna fiddle with like the graphics and see if I can get it running a little better, but not looking like crap either. I will upload the new schedule so I can fit in Moses and Plato, The Last Train to Clawville, for a Tuesday slot, since I have beaten Duck Detective 1. Wednesday is still going to be Sly 3. That's going to be a while. And Thursday is still going to be Digimon Story Time Stranger, which is going to take the longest. But I'm fine with that, because I think I like Digimon more than I do Dragon Quest. So there's that. And of course, Friday is always going to be the weekly roundup, where I talk about topics of interest and review the streams of the past week. So, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Those who stuck around and chatted, those who are sticking around and lurking, and those that sort of peeked their head in, dipped their toes into the water, thought I was too hot, and scrammed. I appreciate all the engagement. So, I hope you all have a good night or a good morning, wherever you are.